Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This week I'm able to squeeze in a quick unboxing and review from a company called Gearit. Okay, Gearit. Now, I don't have high expectations for this guitar, but we'll see what happens. Right now it's selling on Amazon for $91. Okay, $91. That's pretty cheap. So again, like I said, I'm not expecting much. But we're going to do this quick unboxing and review, and I'm going to put it on the bench here and take it apart a little bit, see what it's made of, you know, test it out, things like that. But I will tell you this, it says it's made out of ash. Okay, we'll see about that. It has a maple neck. It has rounded ball end frets. Standard tuners, as far as I could tell. I believe it has a plastic nut. It is a slimline tele, but this is a little different than a Telecaster. This actually has a P90 in the neck and a humbucker in the bridge. Okay, and a coil tap. So we're able to coil tap that humbucker and make it a split. This is going to be interesting. It also comes with a gig bag, a tuner, an actual cable, not that stupid plastic crap that you always get, but an actual cable, picks and a strap for 91 bucks. I'm skeptical, to say the very least. But hey, you know, it is what it is. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and get to it, shall we? Here is our box. Now this is the first thing I want to show you. Here's the Gearit box. This is how it came, and you can see here, this part right here, I don't know if you can see that, okay, was pretty tore up. All right, so hopefully it didn't get damaged. All right, hopefully. So let's go ahead and get this sucker unboxed. Let me grab my trusty unboxing knife here, and we'll go ahead and open it up and see what's inside. I mean, it doesn't come double boxed. Doesn't inspire a lot of confidence. I like when guitars come double boxed. But, you know, it is what it is. There we go. The moment of truth. Okay. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to suck her up. All right. Woohoo! Here it is. Comes in the gig bag. Okay, that's not bad. It's gig bag-ish. It's better than a dust cover, but not as good as like an actual gig bag. An actual gig bag is just a little thicker than this, but it's not bad. I mean, hey, for 91 bucks, what do you want, right? So we'll take it out of the box here. There we go. Set that there. And here's our goodie bag. And let's see what we got in here in the goodie bag, right? We have, here's your cable. And it's not bad. It's better than what you normally get. Okay? So there's that. You have an extra set of strings that are actually packaged, not just hanging out there. And they seem to be, looks like, yeah, okay, decent, okay. You've got your, probably the smallest tuner I've ever seen. There you go, you got your tuner. Here's your strap. Cheap, garbage. It'll destroy your shoulders. And looks like you got your adjustment keys and some pretty nice celluloid picks. They look like the Fender style. They say Gearit on it. They're all right. That'll work. Okay, not bad. Now let's talk about this. This is, well, it's got a little weight to it. Well, not too bad. Probably about 6-7 pounds. As far as it being a gig bag, it's okay. You know, I've seen more expensive guitars come with a lot less. They're at least giving you something, and that's got to say something for it, right? All right, let's see what we got here. Let's open this sucker up and take it out. And, oh, there's your gel, silica gel. Bass players don't eat that. Okay. All right. It's not candy. All right. Sorry. I'm a bass player too, so I don't. You know, I've only eaten a few of them. So here we go. Keep in mind, this is not a sponsored video either. I don't do sponsored videos. I don't believe in doing sponsored videos if I can avoid it at all costs. Simply because people get the wrong impression when you do sponsored videos. They think that you're not giving your honest opinion, and I just tell it like I see it. And so I purchase all these. A lot of them I send back because they're not worth keeping. But here we are. All right, check it out. You're looking at it first. Feels pretty solid. The finish on it looks so far pretty good. Doesn't look too bad. Let's look at the front. Okay. Tell you what, I'm going to put my peepers on so I can get a really close look at this. Oh, hey, there we go. So yeah, P90 in the neck, humbucker in the bridge. Action looks pretty good out of the box. It's not bad. Okay, there's your headstock. There's a lot of things I could say this looks like, but I'm not gonna. That is just ugly. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's see here. Switches. Not bad. Feels cheap, but not bad. Tensiometers, attenuators are okay. One's loose, one's kind of like real loose turning wise, and the other one's nice and tight like it should feel. That's worrisome. And you got your, here you go, you see here. Got your push-pull. Like so. Nice. Not bad. So this is a gloss maple neck. I don't like gloss necks. I don't like them at all. They get sticky, but I have a solution for that. Just take some steel wool to this, some 4/0 steel wool to this for about several hundred passes, and you'll get a nice satin finish back here, and it'll feel much better. Now, I don't mind glossy fretboards. Glossy fretboards glide real nice. There's some grit on the frets, not unusual from the factory. That's definitely a plastic nut. Seems to be cut well. There's some grime I don't know if you can see this. There's some grime on the neck right there. Okay, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it looks like it's coming off. It just looks like some polish or something. Yeah, it comes off. I'd have to use something on it, but yeah, it comes off. But yeah, some grime or something on there. I don't know what that is. Kluson style tuners. Okay, the old vintage button tuners, which is fine. Those look nice on a tele. They're nothing to write home about. We'll see if they hold tune or not. Is it in tune? No. No way is that in tune. Yeah. Oh, that sounds good. Okay, let's check this out here. Okay. Is it ash? That's my first question. Well, I can tell you right now, the top is plywood. For sure. Yeah, the top is definitely plywood. When we put it on the bench, I'll show you what it looks like. But yeah, the top is definitely plywood. It's got a string through bridge. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but it's got a string through bridge, which on teles, I mean, that's something, you know, the ashtray bridges are all over the place. You know, those are the way the original teles were. And at least with this one, even though it's a string through, it is adjustable steel saddles, just, you know, fender style adjustable steel saddles. You see that? So that's kind of encouraging. I don't care that it's plywood. That's how they're getting away with calling this ash, because somewhere in that ply is probably a piece of ash. The bottom part, the more solid part of the body, ash, I don't know, man. I'm looking at that, and if I had to, I've been working with wood a long time, and if I had to guess, that looks more like oak than ash. It looks like red oak. Yeah, if I had to guess, I'm saying it's not ash. I'm saying that's red oak. But hey, you know what? Maybe there's some kind of a foreign ash out there that I don't know about, that I've never worked with, that has the name ash. The binding on the body looks good. The neck fitment, yeah, looks pretty straight. Looks pretty good. I don't see anything wrong there. There is, like, I don't know what they did to the neck, but there is some grime and stuff on here that's definitely got to come off. Your center dots, or your markers, your fret markers, are centered, which is cool. That works. That definitely works. Cool. All right. So yeah, let's tune this thing up and see if it's playable out of the box. All right, well, I've got it all tuned up, and what I get, okay, every string is in tune. However, when you play a chord, especially in the bottom end, it's just out. So what that's telling me is it's not intonated correctly. And when I checked it, I was absolutely right. The bottom E, A, and D are all out of intonation. So, is it playable out of the box? No. You're going to have to do an intonation adjustment on this to get it to be playable. Another thing about this is the bridge itself is very, very buzzy. Okay, and that's probably because it's not intonated properly, because you probably have some screws that are crooked or not touching the bridge, and there every time you play I don't know if you can hear that. I'll put it up to my mic and see if you can hear this. Okay, hear that? All right, so, and it's only on those 3 strings that it's buzzing. So it could be the intonation being out. That's possible, but I've always found that these top loader bridges, especially with bent steel saddles, they can be buzzy. All right, they can definitely be buzzy. And it is. Now, as far as the action is concerned, the action on the guitar is beautiful. All right, I don't know if you can see it. Now, I like my action slightly high. All right, not too high, but slightly high. All right, but it's nice. It feels good. The neck feels nice. It's a nice shape. Okay, it's a nice C, but it's a thin C. It's nice. Not too bad. Okay, the frets, there's you can definitely do the nylon test with this. The frets on this thing are phenomenal. They're beautiful, and they seem to all be pretty level. I went up every fret just to make sure that I could note every single spot on the fretboard, and yeah, no problem at all. The tuners, they feel good when you tune the guitar up. But as far as holding tune, maybe I just need to stretch these out a little bit more. I'm not sure, but they're not holding tune great. You get about a song out of it, and that's about it. But yeah, like when you go to play this, you can just hear it just goes out. But if you play a chord that's on the top side, it sounds pretty good. Okay, but as soon as you get down into a chord that has that bottom end, you can hear how out it is. All right, so yep. Yeah, so anyway, the construction itself looks to be pretty good. It's not too bad. The binding, I see a couple of spots where the binding has a couple of like just indentations or nicks in them. Other than that, it looks pretty smooth. The body itself looks super clean. Really nice. I mean, yeah, it looks good. And I mean, surprisingly enough, for being made out, the top being made out of plywood, it's got some heft. It really does have some heft. It's definitely, whatever is under here, the solid part of the body, it's definitely a hardwood, because man, it's pretty heavy. Even for a tele, it's pretty heavy. And like I said, there's some gunk all over the neck. I don't know what this stuff is. It looks to me like burnt polishing compound, if I had to guess. And I'm probably going to have to get some polishing compound to take that off. But it's only on one side. It's the only place that I see it. It's just on the neck and only on the top side of the neck. So I should say the bottom side of the neck. But yeah, for $91 so far, I'm not disappointed. Okay, I'm not disappointed. I'm not like overjoyed either, but for a guitar for a beginner, yes, as long as they take it to their guitar store wherever they are and say, can you please intonate this guitar for me or teach me how to do it, or if they teach themselves how to do it on YouTube, because you can do that. For sure. So yeah, let's put it on the bench and see what these frets are like, see what the neck's like, see what kind of electronics are in it. Just take a look at everything. Okay guys, we've got her on the bench now. I'm going to go ahead and get the strings off. Got Got to start somewhere. But yeah, we're going to get off these garbage strings. And I'm not going to make you watch that. So I'm going to check how straight the neck is first. See what we got going on here. Okay, the neck is poker straight, absolutely poker straight. There's no relief whatsoever in either direction. So, all right, let's check the frets. Those are good. Those are good. Those are good. Okay, there's maybe a hair there. Those are good. Now there's a little rock there. Yeah, a little rock there. Okay, so that one's definitely high. Those are good. Little rock there. I mean, it's not major, but it's definitely not level. Little bit, tiny bit of a rock there. And we're only talking, it's a little tiny bit, not bad. Okay. Let's check these. Those are good. A little bit of a rock there. This is to be expected on a guitar that's $91. A little bit of a rock there. A little bit of a rock there. So all of these frets here, there's a big rock there. And that's a little much. Okay. Those are good. Those are good. Yeah, those are good. All right, so it looks like a lot of the frets in here are just a little high. Okay, and I meant a little high. They're not like terrible. Like I said, this is a $91 guitar. I'm not expecting perfection. All right, matter of fact, I'm expecting the exact opposite of perfection. These are nickel steel frets. They're not stainless, but they are rounded. They do feel good. Don't have to do anything to those as far as that goes. So it could use with a fret level, for sure, straight out of the box. This is just straight out of the box. It could use with a fret level. The nut is seems to be cut well. It's actually cut well. So the action is okay. It's just a cheap plastic nut. It's not bone or anything like that. All right, so now let's go ahead and open her up and see what's inside there, huh? Let's try that. All right, so I got the screws pulled out of this. I lost my mic there for a minute on that last part, but we got it back. So let's go ahead and lift this up. See what's in here. All right, well, here we are. Nothing surprising. Our P90 is mounted to the body, and it's mounted solidly to the body. Humbucker is mounted to the pick guard. That's normal. We got your dime size cheap pots. The wiring is garbage. This switch is garbage. You know, but when I say garbage, I mean it's cheap. But not unexpected. Okay, this is not unexpected at all. This is completely to be expected in a $91 guitar. You can see there what's inside there. Okay, unmarked pickup. I'm sure this one is unmarked as well. I don't need to pull that out to figure that out. But yeah, so we got the real cheap pots here. Hey, they do give you a push-pull. It's got to count for something, I guess, right? So, all right, so we'll put that back. There we go. Put that back in there. I'll go ahead and put the screws back in. Then let's pull the neck off and see what's under there. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and pull this neck off and see what kind of surprises are under here. So, kind of see what is under there. Didn't take much time polishing that out, did they? Not really. Let's go ahead and take this off. The neck seems to fit tightly in there. Let's turn this over. All right, we got ourselves a pretty straightforward neck pocket. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing surprising under there. Okay, we got the hole, of course. Always got to have that. It's probably what they hook the paint bodies onto, or the bodies onto to paint them. You know, but let's just see that. Yeah, I don't know if I would call that tight. It's actually kind of loose. So it's okay. Again, 91 bucks, right? All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to put the neck back on it. And I'm going to put some real strings on here, some Diodarios, and we'll see what happens. All right, guys, so I did put some new strings on here. I intonated it the best it could be. The bridge is still a little on the buzzy side. I made some adjustments and got it at least to the point where it can be played and not sound like total crap. Now, most people would look at this guitar as a beginner's guitar because of the price. It's $91. Don't waste your money. Okay, if you guys are looking for a beginner's guitar, something that's going to play right out of the box because you don't know what else to do with it other than maybe tune it, okay, and you probably have to learn that. This is not the guitar for you. All right, this thing needs serious help, for sure. The bridge I don't like at all. Whenever you have a tele style guitar like this, just make it string through the body. You'll solve so many problems that way. I don't like bent steel saddles. I never have liked bent steel saddles. Maybe if you were to replace the saddles with some graphite saddles, something like that, it might help. But yeah, the bridge is very noisy. And that's just because you've got to very meticulously go in and get all the screws exactly the same on each saddle so that they're not rattling, because that's what's rattling. It's the screws on the saddles that are rattling. And you just got to meticulously get them all down on the saddle, the exact height, or all on the plate, the exact height, so that there's equal tension on both screws. Okay, and that will fix that problem. But I mean, that takes a while, and you know, to fix a problem like that, you just shouldn't have to do that out of the box. That's something they should fix that from the factory. The neck itself isn't bad. It's the neck is pretty playable. The frets are pretty level. I wouldn't call them level, but I would say they're close enough that you're not fretting out anywhere. So you know, if you keep your action not too low, you're not fretting out anywhere. So, you know, as far as that goes, they're fine. They're medium frets. I wouldn't even call them medium jumbo. I'd call them medium. The tuners themselves are cheap Chinese tuners. They're okay. They hold tune decently. You know, once you get your strings stretched out and everything, they're not bad. I would recommend some Uncle Ben's nut sauce in the nut though, because the strings do get sticky in the nut. So I would either put some graphite in there or some nut sauce in there. I would not recommend spending your money on this. All right, guys, so those are my final thoughts on this thing. You know, yeah, can't recommend it. Not for a beginner anyway. For a pro, I would recommend this as a mod platform for a pro, for sure, because it's cheap to pick up. You wouldn't end up putting a lot of money in it anyway, and you could take it out on stage, play it, you know, with just some upgrades, some simple upgrades, and you have a playable guitar that you can gig with, that if you bust the crap out of it, who cares? You know what I mean? Who cares if you bust the crap out of it? Doesn't make any difference at all. So yeah, as a mod platform for a professional, definitely pick one of these up, because you can mod it out and make a nice guitar out of it. But as for a beginner, no way. Absolutely not. Hands down, absolutely not. Even though it comes with all kinds of nice stuff, no, not worth it. Get yourself a Valgoa instead. You spend the extra $70 because it's worth it. That guitar played straight out of the box. All I had to do was tune it. Didn't have to do anything to it. So, all right, guys. So that's it for today, and we will see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Guitar Yourself. So long.